Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPL Elmo, and today we're going to be going through some of the best goalkeeper and defender options in terms of FPL, obviously because it's an FPL channel. Yeah. So yeah, before we get into that, first of all, I'd like to thank you all guys for the continued support on the channel. The goal is to get 600 subscribers before the end of September. I think around 40 away. So if you're new around here and enjoying the content, make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a like, make sure you hit that bell so you not miss any content going up as well. So without wasting any much time, let's get straight into it. So actually, before we get into the video, of course, they're going to be my FPL leagues. So make sure you join them. Click that down in the description. I'll be doing shout outs on Instagram for the top managers each week and the manager who scores the most points as well. And also at the end of it, I'm going to be giving out a jersey of your own choice for the whoever comes top. And yeah, but just make sure you subscribe to the channel to be eligible to win at the end of the season. So now let's get into what everyone is here for. So first, we're going to be starting off with the goalkeepers, and of course, we're going to be having Raya in there from Arsenal. Of course, he was the Golden Glove winner last season. Arsenal looked very, very good defensively. Now they don't have the best uh, fixtures on paper for those first 5 game weeks. But if you want to win the league, you have to overcome those tough fixtures. And I think Arsenal are going to be in strong contention to win the league. And of course, to win the league, you have to have a good defense as well. And I think Arsenal have a good defense. With signing of Calafiori, they still have the likes of Ben White, Saliba, they still have Zinchenko in there. They have Kivior, they have Ben White. They have so many quality defenders, and so that's why I've gone for Ryan there. I think it's going to keep a lot of clean sheets. Then we have Pickford, who actually came second in the Glove race, just falling out in the last few game weeks. But Everton looked very good defensively as well, and I think that's why I'm going to be going for him. You know how Sean Dyche likes to play, likes to lock it up at the back, and I'm sure Everton are going to keep a lot of clean sheets as well. And then the final goalkeeper I've gone for is Alisson. Liverpool have one of the easiest fixtures on paper for the first 5 games, as you can see. So I think they're going to keep a lot of clean sheets. I know last they looked a bit shaky with the lack of CDMs and one quality centre back. I think they're going to rectify that, although they haven't signed any player. I still think Alisson makes a lot of saves, and I still think Liverpool are going to be very good defensively. So as you can see, I've gone for the premium goalkeepers here. I just think the premium goalkeepers are the best this season. Of course, you have the likes of Emi Martinez in there as well, who's also a good keeper. But the 4.5 million goalkeepers are usually a hit or miss, and that's why I've gone for only the quality keepers because I think they're going to get a lot of clean sheets. And then now we can move on to the defenders. So I've grouped the defenders into expensive options, mid-tier options, which is the mid-budget options there, and also the cheap defenders, which is the 4.5 million defenders and below. So we're going to start off with the expensive options. We have Saliba, just the same reason that I've mentioned about Raya, and I think Saliba is going to be more nailed on compared to the other Arsenal defenders because the other Arsenal defenders have a lot of rotation risk. Because of Gabriel, now we have Calafiori who can play in there. Of course, even Ben White can play at centre back. Kivior can play at centre back. So there's a lot of competition, but I think Saliba is going to be the most nailed on of the Arsenal defenders. And he also last season he chipped in with some attacking returns as well. So that's why I've gone for him in there. Then you have Guardiol as well in there. The only problem with Man City is the rotation risk, but I think Guardiol is going to play more minutes compared to the other Man City defenders. And he's playing that left back role. And he going off last season towards the end, he had a lot of attacking returns. And yeah, that's why I've gone for him from the Man City options. Then we have Trent finishing off the expensive options. We all know Trent how he performs in FPL. I know last season was not his best because of the injuries he sustained, but we all know that Trent, when he's on fire, when he's attacking, he's on set pieces as well, he's on free kicks as well. So trying to just he's just an attacking an attacking return machine, and that's why I've gone for him in there. I know that this season is going to have a brilliant season. So the expensive options. Now let's look at the mid-tier options. So now we can look at the mid-tier options, and I've gone for Pedro Porro in there. Last season, Spurs did not look good defensively, but one thing that was for sure was Pedro Porro had a lot of attacking returns. He was always in the final third, trying to get an assist, even scoring goals in some instances. I just think he's a very decent option. 5.5 million. I think Spurs are going to have a decent season, and that's why I've gone for him in there. Then you have Branthwaite from Everton. Of course, we don't know whether he's going to start. Everton is going to move to Manchester United, but the way it looks at the moment, he's going to be staying at Everton. That's why I've gone for him. That's the same reasons as Pickford. They get a lot of clean sheets, and he also popped up with some attacking returns. I think he scored like 5 goals or something from corners, especially because he's a very tall player. That's why I've gone for him in there as well. But he's going to be able to perform. Then we have Gusto finishing off the mid-tier options. Of course, the concern is what happens if Rhys James comes back. The good thing is Rhys James is going to be missing, I think, the first 3 game weeks at Man City, Wolves, and Crystal Palace. And I don't really think he's going to be coming straight into the team because they have a new manager who does not have any loyalties to them. And that's why I think when we're going for Gusto as well in this mid-tier option range, it's very attacking. It scores a lot of goals, so I hope it is going to be able to perform as well. Of course, the slight concern is Rhys James, as I've mentioned. But I think Gusto is going to be fine this season. Now the mid-tier options. Now let's look at the cheap options as well. So now we can look at the cheap options for the defenders. As I mentioned, they are 4.5 million and below, and here I've gone for for 3 good cheap options defenders. We have Konza. Purely I've gone for him because of the fixtures that Aston Villa have, and also Aston Villa looked really good last season, and I think it's only right to go for him as well, and hope that he's going to be able to perform. He did play a couple of games right back. The only problem with him, he doesn't have any attacking threat at the moment. Maybe he's going to have the season from corners and stuff. The other likes Digne, who doesn't start a lot. We have Moreno. Matic Cash last season was benched for Konza, who played at right back. So yeah, that's why I've gone for Konza. He looks like he's more nailed on. That's why I've gone for him. Then we have Mikolenko. I know that a lot of Everton defenders in the goalkeeper and defender budget options, and I mean, not budget options, but in this video, many Everton players. I just think they're very good defensively because of how Sean Dyche wants them to play. That's why I've gone for Mikolenko as well in there. Nobody's going to be able to perform. He's going to have an injury-free season because last season he picked up an injury where he was ruled out for a long time. But I hope this season is going to be back. Then we have finishing off the cheap option defenders. We have Lewis Dunk. I was surprised that he was only 4.5 million because he's the main man for Brighton. I think last season he played every single minute. So I've gone for him as well in there at 4.5 million. Kind of be a bit cheap option, but of course you can also argue for Barco, who is 4 million from Brighton as well. But I think Luis Dunk just gives you the option that is going to be playing every match, so that's why I've gone for him in there. And of course, the attacking returns, and as well, he's also on free kicks. Sometimes he scored a couple of bangers as well. So that's one of the reasons I decided to go for him as one of the best cheap option defenders. So that's the video. That's the cheap option defenders. So before we end, make sure you go check out me on my socials. The links will be down in the description. And with that, I'd like to thank you all guys for watching. If you managed to reach this far, don't forget to hit a sub, like, and also comment who are some of the players that have missed out. And with that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.